Guys, Mr. Old School Rider, by the way, just doing one of the parts of the shoes I was telling you guys about yesterday. Some of it's new stuff and some of it old skill. But like I said before, let me show you some other stuff I have later in a minute as well. Right now, these are my Brooklyns. These actually were my first pair of Gucci's I ever bought in real life. You can tell I wore these a little bit. You can tell by the crease. They're still holding up, which is crazy. I ain't hooped in these shoes like 3 or 4 times, ran in them, because I had to being late for stuff or whatever. But hey, got rained. It got rained on just a little bit, but my parents caught most of the damage. The Brooklyn shoes was popular back in 13, 14, and early in 15s, of course. They stopped selling these earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. The Gucci outlet still has some of those, and since I'm in Texas, I'm going to have to actually hit them up. They have an outlet down in San Marcos in Texas, of course, but yeah, we've been texting back and forth with several people. I've been talking to people at the Gucci outlet. They got I think it may be a Fendi one, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much all the name brands except for Louis. Louis don't discount nothing. I mean, I wish they would. I can go ahead and cop me a belt or something like that. Even Versace got a lot of outlet. You know what I'm saying? I'm cheap. I don't pay retail. I gotta clean this up a little bit more. That part that I broke, it's just me kicking my shoe off like a down country bunking. I am gonna have to clean these up a little bit more. One of my coworkers gave me like a hood tip. He said I need to get some of that peroxide that the women do to put in their hair to let it soak on there a little bit, let it get hot. Clean them up, it'll be icy white again. He showed me. I just gotta go ahead and do it one day. I think I pay like low, very low hundreds, barely 100, like cheap Jordan prices. That's the official, the sole, front and back, the name of the shoe, the monogram is stamped into it. Also, on most of the real Gucci shoe, the monogram is stamped inside the sole as well. Look at that Italian stitching on there. It can't be quality like that. On my Air Force One, I bought some penny Air Force Ones back in 14. Actually, I started wearing these here recently. I was trying to keep these pristine as long as I could, but it was killing me. I needed some shoes that was a little bit more comfortable. I just do any kind of shoestrings now. I didn't want to mess up the shoestring that came with. They still the white ones with the tab on you, of course. You can tell I never hooped in these or anything like that. I might have did a little shoot around at one of my jobs. I do clean schools. I actually got 3 jobs, but this one is winding down at the school, of course. I do a little shoot around. I don't run or nothing like that. But on the pennies, you can tell they're not worn out all the way. But this particular series of penny Air Force Ones supposed to be like a little bit quality better than the regular Air Force One. Some people still trying to get them off of me for whatever. Yes, the quality is a little bit better than the regular Air Force One. You can tell by the that part right there. It's still a little bit ice. The ice melted a little bit. Balding is all I know. I gotta get them redone, of course, or cleaned up. Also, you see my coach cleaner that I had in a video like a long time ago on my seats that I bought at the junkyard for my Oldsmobile. My leathers. Yes, some shits are leathers. Jay. I got probably by not even half no more. I've been using this on everything. Shoes, purses, old lady purses and stuff. My seats, whatever, belt or two, whatever the case may be. That's what I do. Also, this is one of my pickups I just maybe like a week or so ago or something like that at the outlet at Neiman's, of course. You can see my cold hands back there in the junk pile. My number 11s. I'm kind of cleaning some stuff out right now. I'm in the process of getting rid of some stuff and also cleaning up some other stuff. Them cold hands are they good. Even some of the cold hands have the Nike technology built into the soles on some of them, so they'll be real light. Right now, these are my Balenciagas, high tops. These are actually my second Balenciagas I bought here. The first one I had was my Moto Chrome, all white. I wish I would have kept those shoes, but I had to end up getting up out of them for, deal of a lifetime came through on some car parts, so I had to go ahead and do it. You can tell about that stitching on that Italian shoe. You can't beat that quality, man. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I see why people spend money on shoes like this on a regular. They hold up. I can attest to that on these Gucci's. I had them almost 2 years, and they're still holding up. I didn't hoot through them and all kinds of stuff. And they still smell brand new. That's terrible. Air Force Ones, I had those for 2 years. I wore them a little bit here and there. And they got a little smell. They ain't funky, but they got a little smell to them, of course. These ain't no whoops. These are real Balenciagas. That was originally 665 at the regular Demons. It made it to the alley. I mean, it got marked down quite a bit. It was 4 when it came in, then it stayed there for a while. I think because of the size, I wear like a depends on the shoe. I wear like anywhere from 10.5 to like a 12. Depends on the brand. On Italian shoes, you can go a little bit smaller. It actually to your true size to a certain extent. And sometimes you have to go a size down because the shoe is made a certain way, and the leather feels so nicely and firm. And they stay clean too, man. I need to find me a second pair or a third pair. This gonna hurt, man. I saw these sole protectors that be on the shoe sites that I can put at the bottom of the shoe and hit it with the heat gun. I think I'm gonna do that to these, man. I also saw the red and white low tops at the alley. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and cop them when I get a chance, of course. I'm just waiting on them to mark it down just a little bit more. And I actually paid $54 for these shoes. At one time, it was almost with taxes and everything. There's normally like a $700 shoe. Some places still sell them at retail. Some people still got them. I'm not even coming off of these. Blue is my color. Not gonna lie to you guys. Of course, it got a little bit more thicker sole on it because of my leg and stuff like that. I can figure that out. I was rocking Ben Sherman's for a little bit. I haven't really worn these shoes a whole lot. This is not a bad old shoe. They sell these at the outlets. Saks and Neiman's, of course. It's like a cheap shoe that can be in one of their stores. They doing like 80 or $100. Depends on where you go. I mean, of course, I pay like $54 with tax and everything for them. The Ben Shermans, the thing that kind of get to me, they're not as. I mean, the Chuck Taylors. You know how Chuck Taylors are. They're not the most comfortable shoe in the world. At least you can prop your feet up a little bit. On the Ben Shermans, I mean, I like the design and the pattern and stuff like that, and the material. They're not comfortable. I try to put my orthotics in there. It just doesn't work out at all. I find my heel just rubbing against the back. You even got to size up on his shoes. But hey, I might wear them every now and then, but this ain't gonna be the go-to shoe anyway. I have some other shoes I'm gonna show you guys later on the next video. I ain't trying to be rambling all day on some of other videos. Ain't nobody complaining yet, but it's coming though. You know how people be. Cut it short. Got this laying on my throwback KC Bo Jackson jersey that I bought in a 14 for $60. Cheap. I don't pay retail. Still in pristine shape. I even got the KC hat. This is before they made their little run. Now it was mid 14, I think, whatever it was. That's when I bought this jersey, and I bought the hat for $9. KC wasn't doing it like that back then. It was still a KC hat that was made in the United States. You haven't seen any Majestics or any type of fitted hats made in the U.S. That's official, like in forever. I got that hat. It's the sky blue top with the this color brim on it. I'll show y'all later. I still wear it every now and then. I hate that I got a little stain on it, but hey, I'll figure that out. But I maybe have to show y'all the jerseys and stuff later on. Some old stuff, of course. Old school right, I'm out of here. Deuces.